Amy Pittman, and I have Tim Babiarz here with me with Babiarz Law Firm, and we're going to just talk about an issue that I see here in the Villages, practicing here as long as I have, and a lot of clients having golf carts as their primary mode of transportation, or like a secondary transportation that they use a lot more than we would typically see anywhere else. And Tim does a lot of personal injury law. He's going to tell you a little bit about himself. So Tim, how long have you been here in this area, and what are the practice areas that you kind of handle right now?
So I've been working in the Villages since 2005. Obviously before that, for about 10 years, handled cases in the Villages, but our only office is right here in the Villages since then. So for the past 19 years. And we do, because of the vicinity of the Villages and other retirement communities, we call it the golf cart capital of the world. We've done a lot of golf cart cases and seen a lot of golf cart cases, and I'm familiar with that. So those are the questions we're going to be talking about today.
Yeah, so we got a question. I know we recently had someone on here talking about insurance, and what do you recommend as far as insuring a golf cart?
So I listened to your insurance salesperson talk about golf carts, and they are totally correct with the advice to get a standalone policy. A standalone policy has a number of different things that will help. Number one, it's going to cut down on the likelihood that your homeowner's insurance is going to get dropped if you have a claim. You want to kind of separate out your homeowner's insurance because number one, they don't want additional claims, and you want to make sure that you've got your home protected. So if you are counting on your homeowner's insurance to be there for your golf cart, it may not work because you may end up getting dropped by your homeowner's insurance coverage, which kind of be kind of a downer. Then the other thing is that you want to make sure that you buy a standalone policy so that there's no coverage issue with the golf cart. On a homeowner's policy, a lot of times they'll use language like, well, we cover it when it's on a golf cart or on a golf course. And here in the Villages, a lot of trips aren't on the golf course. They're to Publix or to the doctor's office or to your lawyer's office to get your will done at Amy Pittman Law Firm. So a lot of the trips may not be covered under the standard homeowners insurance policy language. So get a standalone policy. There's two companies that do a great job with it, and there's probably more, but Progressive and Foremost Insurance write a standalone policy. The second part of that question is you want to make sure that you have the right coverages. You want to buy uninsured motorist coverage to protect you and the occupants in your vehicle, because you're the most important person in that golf cart. And then they won't sell you that without bodily injury liability to cover the other person. And then you want to make sure, if you're one of those people that, you had a string of dry cleaners up north and you sold them and you've got some money in the bank you want to protect, get an umbrella policy to protect your assets above whatever the highest limit is in bodily injury liability. So those of you who have extra pocket change, you know who I'm talking about. Get an umbrella coverage to protect you even more so than a regular policy. So that's insuring your golf cart.
Yeah. So the other thing, and because we've been here for so long practicing, obviously we both have a lot of clients that fall out of a golf cart or they hit somebody. So what is your opinion on having seat belts in a golf cart?
So this is one of those issues that we see it a lot. A lot of times there's a wreck and people get ejected from the golf cart. So a seatbelt will keep you in the golf cart, especially a 3-point seatbelt, which comes over the shoulder like your automobile seatbelt, goes over your lap. We suggest getting one. Not only get one, but wear it. People get in your golf cart, make sure they're wearing their seatbelt, because what happens is a lot of these trips are, again, to Publix, to Amy Pittman's office to get the will updated, to the doctor's office. These are not trips on golf courses, driving across, the plush green to the 18th tee box or something like that. So when people get ejected, they're no longer landing on soft, pillowy grass, but they're landing on concrete surfaces and curbs and things like that. So they're suffering very serious injuries. So if you're going to drive your golf cart on public roads, which is allowed here in the Villages and which a lot of people take advantage of, put a seatbelt in it so that you're protected in case you get an fender bender and you don't want to be ejected, because a seatbelt, honestly, in your golf cart can save your life.
Awesome. So who can legally drive a golf cart in Florida?
So this law was recently changed in October 2023. It used to be a 14-year-old could drive. So your grandson could come down from New Jersey and say, hey, Papa, let me have the keys and $20. I'm gonna go to Starbucks and get us a drink. But now it's 16. So now they have to have a driver's license and be 16 years of age, or a learner's permit and 15, Or if they don't have a driver's license or a learner's permit, you have to be 18 now to drive a golf cart.
Yeah, that's very important, especially with all of our tunnels and driving and dealing with cards, extra bicycles on the multimodal paths. So what type of golf cart cases have you handled? I'm sure there have been some interesting ones over the 19 years that you focused on this.
Sure. So we've been practicing almost 30 years, and actually have handled quite a few different golf cart cases. So there's the ordinary average ones that are golf cart versus automobile, golf cart versus bicycle, or golf cart versus pedestrian, like a golfer on a golf course, golf cart versus golf cart. We've had one that was a golf cart with 3 golf carts involved. So it was golf cart versus golf cart versus golf cart. We've had, at a parade, we've had the Elvis golf cart, which actually hit a pedestrian. So we've handled an Elvis golf cart case. And recently, in the last 5 years, we had a lawnmower versus a golf cart case. So that was an interesting case to work on. In all of these cases, usually involve some sort of a serious injury or ejection from the golf cart. So these are cases that, again, you can be protected by wearing a seatbelt and being careful and following the rules of the road and those types of things.
So that's all I wanted to kind of go over. Is there anything else you wanted to add for our viewers?
No, I think the most important thing is make sure that experienced drivers are the ones using your golf cart. Because if someone comes in from out of town and they want to borrow your golf cart, there are a lot of different road conditions and hazards that a driver is confronted with here in the villages. It could be, bicyclists, or people on, skates, or it can be people walking the dog on the cart path. The multimodal path is what it's called here in the villages. It can be other golf carts. It can be people. It can be who knows what. Cars sometimes get off track and they are on the multimodal path. I mean, who knows what it can be? It could be, some of the other things we talked about. So make sure the drivers are experienced, and put a seatbelt in your golf cart. It could save your life. So that's the information that I have on golf carts. Thank you so much for having us.
Thanks for talking to us, Tim. And I'm going to put Tim's information and his law firm's information in our YouTube section as well. So we just kind of wanted to provide some educational information. Tim has been a resource to our firm for 17 years that I've been practicing here in the villages. He's a great attorney, and he definitely has helped out a lot of our clients. And again, this is not something we want to see happening, but you want me to move to the villages, be safe, be careful, and golf carts are definitely an interesting dynamic to our community. So thank you, Tim. I appreciate it. Have a great one.
Have a great afternoon. Take care. Thank you so much. Bye-bye.